Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Ryan, chiropractor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I wanted to discuss with you the importance of diagnostic tests after a car accident. Now, here you are, and you're wondering what to do, who to go to, and what's going to happen after your accident. All kinds of competing information coming to you, about which doctor should see, or if you should see a doctor. Heaven knows what's happened if you're listening to what the insurance company tells you, because that can be all over the chart, from good to bad to really to misleading to helpful information. But the one thing you want to know after you're in an accident is how much you're hurt. Now, you could have went by ambulance or car or whatever to the hospital after the accident, and they could have ran some tests, they could have done some x-rays, they might have taken a CT, but really the effect of the emergency room is to see that you're not going to die from that accident. And that's really what they're concerned about, that you're stable enough to go home and then see your own doctor and take care of that. So just because you've gone to the emergency room, that's really the net effect of what's happened there, is that you're probably not going to die right away from the accident. So, as a chiropractor, chiropractors are a good choice to go see after the accident. But you want to pick a chiropractor that's going to diagnose what's wrong with you, who's willing to run tests. So ordinarily, you will do an exam. We'll probably take some x-rays. We've already taken a history from you. We know what's going on. Depending on what's wrong with you, we're probably also going to run some diagnostic tests on you, which will include, MRIs, some dynamic EMGs. You could get a CT. You could get a bone scan. It could depend on the kind of situation that's wrong with you. But ordinarily, you'd get a high-resolution MRI. Would be probably the most common thing we would done depending on your circumstance of your injury. This helps us delineate a lot of things. One, if you have a herniated disc, you want to know that right away, because it just really changes everything on how you work with that, because that affects pressure on your spinal column, or pressure on what's called the thecal sac, which surrounds your spinal cord, and gives us all kinds of issues, if that's going on. And they may not be surgical issues. They may be surgical issues. It depends on what we find during the test and how you react to conservative care. But ordinarily, almost any surgeon you go to is going to want you to have conservative care first to see if you get better before they have surgery. So we're going to set up on a course with that, depending on what we find. And you might not only just have spinal problems with the accident, your neck, your back, your lower back. You could have leg problems, you could have knee problems, you could have shoulder problems. I've seen all of those after accidents have to have surgery, from more or less fender bender kind of things. And I've seen some that are more severe accidents and people have had to have surgery on them. Depends a lot about how your shoulders placed, your elbows placed, your hands placed, if your knees twisted on all those. All of those can have really big problems after an accident. Now, in Oklahoma, you've got 2 years to really settle your case or file suit. You don't really have a lot of time to mess around and thinking that it's going to get better. First off, if you're hurt and you decide to wait for a long period of time, there's a very likely chance that the insurance company is going to say that you hurt it doing something else rather than the accident. It's important to get your diagnostics done quickly after the accident, so you can delineate where it happened and how it happened. Because if it happened during the accident, you want to know. If you've done it after the accident, that's a whole different kettle of fish. I mean, you know, and it's not related to the accident, you know, you're not going to be reimbursed for it. But you want to delineate where it happened and how it happened. And so that's the importance of the diagnostic test. So it's important to see somebody that's going to get that sort of thing done, that's not going to treat you. If you go to your family physician and they're treating you and giving you medicine, and see you back in a month, see you back in 2 months, and nothing's really happening, the window of opportunity of really finding out and you know, without a shadow of doubt, where these injuries were caused, kind of passes, and it leaves you a lot of problems with trying to discuss it later on with the insurance company, because it opens up that window of doubt. Whereas if you would have taken care of issues in the beginning, or your doctor would have taken care of issues in the beginning, you know, a lot of these circumstances wouldn't have came up. I hope this helps you choose what you're going to do after your accident. If we can be of any help, please let us know. Thank you so much.